Greetings one and all, this is Lloyd Brown and welcome social media family to my vlog with this interview, reasoning, chatting people business, whatever you want to call it, right? With the great Carlton Ogilvie, aka Bubblers. It's a pleasure for me to be here reasoning with the brother because this brother's history needs to be told. It needs to be told, it needs to be featured out there, man, because, you know, never have I heard someone name and I can hear his sound. Such is his sound that he has created over the past 40 odd years and maintained a vibe about his sound that Bubblers and his sound are more or less like as one. So it's a pleasure for me to be here.
Likewise.
Of course.
Likewise.
And we're going to talk about undivided roots now because in the last episode we was talking about you in your teenage years and you linking up with Don Campbell and Dilly with your first band and what have you, and then Tony Phillips, the band. I have to call him the bandulist because all he was doing was just being ruthless and just saying, "Yo, boy, yo, come here, yo, yeah, play that, don't sing that, play this." You know what I mean? So big up Tony Phillips from Rough Cut. So you more or less formed up the nucleus of Undivided Roots, which was yourself on keyboards, Tony Phillips on guitar, Don Campbell on vocals, and you had...
And drums. Because when our first recordings is Don Campbell playing drums.
Right, I did not know that.
Yes, he played a lot of drums on a lot of stuff we did.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a guitarist, but he also played drums.
He also played drums as well. Okay, and then you had Dashi on keyboards. Percussion. So basically, you was more or less a recording band, as well as a performing band.
Yeah.
So when you performed, Don was playing. He was playing drums.
No, he was playing guitar.
So who was playing drums?
Well, we had a drummer called Screw. His name is called Dennis Coke.
Okay.
At the time, Dennis Coke.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he used to play in a band called Freedom Fighters.
Okay.
And all of us. I'll try and put it in the picture. In Stonebridge, where we were rehearsing this place, what we had. Yeah. That's where the name Rough Cut came from.
Okay.
Because we call the place Rough Cut.
Okay.
And you had amalgamation of different bands in the area rehearsing in that spot.
Name me a few.
Oh, jeez. It was like Freedom Fighters, like I say. There was Administrators.
Before you, I literally had a conversation with Flowers from the Administrators 2 days before we're recording this, and I have to say at that when I started recording with the Administrators, there was no set of musicians apart from Rough Cut, I have to say, that had the one drop, Lovers Rock sound down to a T. You know, it's like every tune that the Administrators made was a hit. It was at least top 3 or number 1. Yeah. You know, so yeah, I just want to just big them up, big up the Administrators. Dwayne, Colin, Flowers.
Well, Dwayne and Colin, we used to go to school. I was a couple of years above them.
Okay.
In junior school. Okay. So we come from the same area. Dwayne and Colin them used to just live up the road there.
Right.
From here. So basically, they used to come down to Rough Cut to rehearse. A band called Prediction used to come down to Rough Cut.
Hold on. Prediction.
There are 2 twin sisters in it.
What songs did they sing? Prediction.
They sang Memories.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, they're again from the same era.
Right.
We're all from the same era, and we all and me and the twin sisters, the 2 the dark-skinned pretty girls. Yeah. Who come from same keyboard school like. Okay. We're all from here, and Dwayne, all of us come from this area, all of us. Right. So they used to come and rehearse down at Stonebridge as well. There's quite a few bands. Sons of Jah used to come down. Yeah, Trevor Bow used to come down and rehearse at Rough Cut. And that's where we met Buttons them, and Buttons and Patrick, because Buttons and Patrick used to play horns. Yes. Sons of Jah. Yes. So that's how we met them, and that's what we're talking about years. Yes. But them time Patrick have a woolly dread. I wore it. We're talking about bag of dread. Him have a bag of dread.
Well, he's bereft of them now. Yes. But
them time you couldn't recognize his face, a pure beard and eyeballs.
So hold on a second. So So this must have been before. No, it must have been after the Matumbi with.
Yeah, this is after Matumbi.
After Matumbi, yeah. Because as the interview that I done with him, he was basically saying that after he left, he was working with a few bands, and I forgot it was Sons of Jah that was one of the bands that he was working with. So that was prior to him and Buttons basically linking up with you guys. Yes. Okay. So
they linked up through. They used to come down there. That's how we met them.
Right. Okay.
They come down to Stonebridge to rehearse. So, but there's a lot of bands, and a lot of what it is as well. That was rehearsal place for any artist coming from Jamaica.
Yeah.
They come straight there to rehearse.
Okay.
But amongst Roughcut then.
Right.
So so we had a base to rehearse. We didn't have to go to the next man's place.
So when was that? When was that?
That's the same between 1981, 82, right up to about 80, up to 89.
Right. Okay.
We had that long time. That was our base.
Yeah. Right.
So like the more times we rent out the place, but people could come there and rent to rehearse. Mm-hmm. But if we got shows or anything towards coming up, we'd book it.
Right.
For ourselves to rehearse.
Okay.
But that's how it used to work. We keep the place turning over. But it was like a hub for loads of musicians in the area. People from even out of the area come there and rehearse. Loads of people.
So at that point, basically, Undivided Roots. So we're gonna go back to Undivided Roots. So as Undivided Roots, so you would basically be rehearsing in Roughcut.
Yeah.
Right, and you'd have all of these artists from Jamaica and what have you. So they were basically with a view for you to back them as well when they came over.
Yeah.
So when was it that you decided to release your own music, and more particularly with Party Night?
Okay.
How did that came about?
Well, before I get to Party Night, we set up a little 4-track studio in the rehearsal place.
Yeah.
And we were doing recordings there with that. At the time, most people were recording on 16-track and stuff. But we got hold of this machine, and it was the same machine that Lee Perry used to record like Curly Lux and all his tunes.
Oh, right, okay.
The same 4-track machine.
Right.
It was a Tascam 3440, I think. Yeah, 3440, I think that's what it's called. And the 4-track. So we started to do the recordings and stuff like that. We put out a couple of tunes, not too bad. We did a tune which was we were kind of proud of that recording called Tears of a Clown for Junior English.
Oh, that was okay, right. I know the tune. I can see the label spinning.
Yeah.
That was for Burning Sounds, right?
No. He put it on his own label, but that's another story.
Oh, okay.
It belonged to us, but we went away, and all of a sudden we see it on his label. And
right. So let me. I
won't talk any further.
We won't get into that. Yeah. So when you was recording with
and we did Ready to Learn as well. Ready to Learn Junior English.
Right.
That was all at Stonebridge and 4-track.
Right. So when Junior recorded In Loving You, right?
That was before.
That was way before.
Way before. So that was about 10 years before.
Okay. So just for my knowledge or my lack of, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who the musicians were that recorded with him?
That was Zabandis.
Zabandis. Yes.
That's Zabandis.
That's right. So Never Lose, Never Win. That was them as well.
I think so. I'm not sure, but I think so because he was using them musicians around that time.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell you exactly, but I know it's roughly Sabandis them was doing that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so you was more or less basically working with Junior English, and this was prior to, with all the politics and all of that. This was prior to you doing Reggae Night. Yeah. So how did that come about?
Party Night.
Party Night
is where we had a studio where we said, we need the sound to be bigger because when you work on 4-track, you have to work with a lot of things and it compresses a lot of the data.
You got bounce all this.
You bounce things, and so
for those who don't know what bouncing is, basically is when you say you have a 4-track, right, and it's only 4 tracks you have to record with. So you would record the drums on one. Guitar on one, bass guitar on one, vocals on another, right? And sometimes you just have to, EQ a couple of tracks
and tie them together
and
record it on one track.
And record it on one track, so it leaves another track free, and etc. That's what bouncing is.
But the more you do it, the more it compresses the data.
Yes,
so it doesn't sound as full or
so by today's standards, it's like recording 4 WAV files and making them into like 28 MP3 files. Basically, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, where was I now?
You was basically party night. How that basically started.
Okay, yeah. So we were deciding to say we need to go and step up. We need to record
Make the sound bigger.
Yeah, make the sound bigger. 4-track ain't gonna do it. So what we want to do? And we said, we want to record an album. I'll give you a story on that. So we bought a tape, which is a 2-inch tape. And that was either 16-track or 24-track those days.
Yeah.
And we just were getting on to 24-track those days. So I think Easy Street stopped over from 16-track to 24-track. Same 2-inch.
Yeah.
But the machine changed. So we go, right, we need to record an album, but we only got money for one tape. Because those tapes were expensive, the 2-inch tapes.
Yeah. So
we said, okay, well, we rehearsed. And we said, boy, we're going to have to try to fit 9 or 10 tunes on this one reel, which is unheard of. Because, you usually record a tune for 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes each tune.
Yeah.
And we're saying we're going to narrow it down. We're going to play it like it's going to fade. And when we stop, we stop. And we start the next tune. And we managed to fit 9 tunes.
Wow.
9 tunes on the one master. It was unheard of. Eddie was going, what are you not trying to do? Why are you not being so mean? I go, Eddie, we don't have no money for reward here. We barely have money for paying in the studio time.
And them time studio time would cost money.
Yeah. And Eddie, them time, in those days, he wanted £200 a day. And no one hear no argument, but nothing. If you're late, you're late. He wanted £200. And that's it. I saw the Eddie to that running.
Yeah.
So you'd have to come down there, set up, fix up the drums, then spend your hour, whatever you're doing, just fix up your drums, and then that's it, start record. So we record, I went, stop. And we'd be rolling it like it's coming out one recording, start, and that's what we were doing it.
Right.
And we managed to fit 9 tunes onto the, I think I've got the master tape upstairs now, the master tape upstairs. Wow. So we managed to fit 9 tunes on there, and that's the album you hear now called Ultimate Experience.
Right.
It's got all the 9 tunes. There's an extra tune on there, but we recorded that somewhere else.
Okay.
But all 9 of the tunes we did is on the album.
So let me just ask you another question. So when you recorded Party Night and the subsequent album, what label did you record it for?
We recorded for a label. He was our manager at the time. He was at a label called Intent.
I remember the label. It's a yellow label.
Yeah.
With blue writing on it. Yeah, I remember that.
Intent. At the time he was our manager. His name was Whitfield Batson, which is Slim Batson.
This is Slim Batson's
brother. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so we put it on. It was on his label. Yeah.
Right, yeah. and he's still singing because
he's in Barbados.
Barbados now.
Yeah, I do recordings for him as well.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah. I literally heard a couple of tunes of his last night on Chawa Radio. Who was the DJ? It was
Was that Lady Lex?
It's Lady Lex and Father Patrick Station. Big up. But it was the DJ. Who was the DJ? I think it was I think it was Marcus Natty. I think it was Marcus Natty with the DJ. Anyway, semantics. But yeah, I heard that tune. I heard a couple of tunes from him played last night. And so what was that? What was the album called again?
Ultimate Experience.
Ultimate Experience. Okay, so when you recorded Party Night now, obviously that was a big hit for you guys. So what happened? In fact, where did it hit and what happened after that?
Well, it was a hit in England, as you say. We were trying to get it over to Jamaica to try and get it on the airwaves and that, but there's certain Jamaica still runs like that today. They'll play it, but you have to pass on the
payola.
Yeah, payola and do so. And then what they were asking, we just didn't have that. We were walking with our chest high, but our pocket wasn't high at all.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So we did the best what we could, as such, But but it did well. It did really, really well. It put us on the year that put out. We won Band of the Year for once. Aswad was winning. Aswad was winning it every year, but that year we won it.
Yeah. Yes. It's like pop. Pa. Yeah, you got the trophy.
Yeah. Yeah, they were winning every year.
Yeah, I remember.
But they were a good band, so what can I say?
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
But we won it one year. So,
So basically, so you had the hit there, so it more or less established you guys as a band, as dare I say a touring outfit?
Yeah, we did shows up and down, place and stuff like that.
As Undivided.
But we were still known. We were Undivided Roots, but we were still known as a backing band as Undivided Roots.
Okay, right. Okay.
So we did a couple of recordings like that. We did a recording for I think the first time we recorded from Neville Noyen, and we did a tune for him called Jazzy Lady with a girl called Paula.
I remember that tune.
Yeah. That's the first time we recorded him. He was all skeptical. Why would the lawyers? Yeah, we trust them. They're still here. But why would I try to think? And when we did tune, the tune was a hit for him.
Yeah.
And just swell up big like this when he was
that was a counteraction to Richard Dimples Fields' Jazzy Lady.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, because we were doing stuff. Because if you look on the label, it's down there. It's like Paula and the Undivided Roots. But we weren't directly going out to do that. But we were getting a little name at the time, so he decided to use the name as well.
Okay, so let me clarify this, because I can see the label right in front of me. So it was the same label that Storm done It's My House, right?
No, it's a different label. It's a different label. That Sound Off. That label's called Sound Off.
With the green triangle.
Yeah. This was Neville Noyen's own label.
Okay.
This is his own label.
Okay.
I can't remember what he used to call his label, but it was his own label.
Okay.
Sound Off is a different entity.
Okay. Right. Well, we're gonna cut this episode for now, and we're gonna get more into Undivided Roots and their live performances as themselves with other artists, and how they made the transition from Undivided Roots into Rough Cut. So stay tuned. We'll be soon forward.